What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now, where we'll get you caught up on all the biggest news from around the entertainment world. In today's top stories, another Fantastic Four reboots in the works from Fox with a major twist, Wonder Woman 2 already in development, and Mark Wahlberg stepping away from the Transformers franchise. But in that top story, just take a deep breath. Brace yourself. There's another Fantastic Four movie in the works, and it's going to piss you off a little bit. Bleeding Cool actually broke this story just a few hours ago from what they claim is really reliable sourcing. I say take it with a grain of salt like everything, but this does sound just crazy enough that somebody over at Fox might have thought it was a good idea. According to the report, Fox have kinda sorta decided to reboot the franchise with a twist. The series would feature a Fantastic Foursome with the Human Torch and the Thing on the team, but instead of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, it would be their kids rounding out the roster. That's right, Franklin and Valeria Richards would be the central characters in the film, a kid-friendly movie aimed at that younger family audience, and the report actually cites The Incredibles as the model for the film. Trust me, I love The Incredibles. I think it's a fantastic movie, but still, as a fan of the Fantastic Four, this is more than a little disappointing to hear that this is the direction Fox wants to go in. I mean, trust me, I want to see Franklin and Valeria on screen as much as any fan, but that's just something to build to. It's not something to start with. And if you're holding out hope that this is just an idea being kicked around over at Fox, kind of like Paramount's toying with the idea of a Roman-era Transformers movie for whatever reason, I hate to break it to you, but there's actual movement on this one. Seth Grahame-Smith has apparently already turned in a first draft of the script. Of course, it's a long time from a first draft of a script to a movie actually being released, and there's a lot of things that could happen in the middle. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this idea, and do you think it really gets done? Moving on to our next story, Wonder Woman 2 is officially in development. Just 3 weeks after release, Jeff Johns confirmed today in an interview with Variety that work on the sequel has already begun, and he and Patty Jenkins are working together writing the treatment for the movie. That should just about settle any debate about Jenkins returning for another movie, right? I mean, as of 2 weeks ago, she actually wasn't confirmed to return, as it was revealed she's not actually contractually obligated to come back for a second one. Of course, if she's actually working on the script for the sequel, that's a pretty good sign that they've gotten something done, as she didn't even have a hand in writing the original. That was scripted by Zack Snyder, Alan Heinberg, and Jason Fuchs. You can't really blame DC for jumping right into production on a Wonder Woman sequel either. I mean, you gotta play the hot hand, right? So far, it's by far in a way the most critically acclaimed movie in the young DCEU. It's actually still sitting at a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is mind-boggling. Not to mention the fact that it's been rocking the box office for the last 3 weeks. I mean, it's now brought in more than $570 million, with about $280 million of that coming from the domestic side alone. And we actually have our first plot detail about the movie too, as Warner Brothers president Toby Emmerich says that this one is also going to be set in the past. Let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see from Wonder Woman 2 and what time period you think it's going to be set in. But on to our last story of the day, Mark Wahlberg is stepping away from the Transformers franchise. He'd kind of been keeping his future in the franchise at arm's length for the last few months now, but on the Graham Norton show last Friday night, Marky Mark kind of glibly announced that this would be his last Transformers movie, and to borrow his words, he'd be getting his life back. But he kinda sorta walked that statement back in an interview with Collider yesterday, saying, "I am contracted for more movies, but you know, look, I signed on to make these movies with Michael. After Pain and Gain, I was like, whatever you want to do, anytime, anywhere, just let me know." So we'll see. The Michael he's referring to there is, of course, Michael Bay, the guy that's directed all of the Transformers movies in this film series so far, up to and including this one. And Bay actually announced a couple of months back that this would be his last movie too. The only issue is the fact that he said that after literally every Transformers movie since the first one. And we don't even know how accurate that statement from him is, especially considering that when he revealed there were 14 Transformers movies currently in development at Paramount, he did say that he'd want to direct one of those too. But until proven otherwise, we'll just have to wait and see, in the case of Michael Bay and Mark Wahlberg. Let us know what you thought of all of our stories today in the comment section down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.